Right, something very exciting for me, and through this process, obviously with sales, it's still finance related, but it's a bit off financial advice topic maybe for this webinar or workshop, but it's still very important to run through. And like I mentioned, most businesses fail because of two core reasons. The one is not enough sales, and the second thing is once I have a lot of sales, it's poor administration. So the most entrepreneurs that I know, they're very good salesmen. They can sell you anything. So they get a lot of money into the business account, but they can't do proper administration of their funds. So a lot of those funds just kind of simmer away or cipher through the going through the surface, just kind of disappears through the process because they don't have proper administration. They don't stick to the rules of the previous one or two slides, previous two things I've mentioned. So, but I'll run you through all of these ideas in a moment. So, first of all, sales and marketing. Sales and marketing, there's a difference between sales and marketing. Just to excuse me if you already understand this, just for the people that might say, well, sales and marketing is pretty much the same for me. There's a massive difference. Sales is the actual sales that you make from leads that you generate, from people that contact you. So that's the actual, when you actually monetize something that comes your way in the form of a lead or a referral, whatever case may be, and the actual cash is in your bank, then it was a sale. Before that, even if there's an invoice raised, it's not a sale yet. You haven't received the money yet. The sale is only when you actually receive the money in your bank account. Marketing is getting myself out there. How do I generate the leads and the referrals to get to me in order for me to potentially make a sale? So, and an interesting fact, I mean, from lead optimizers, we do lead generation on specific niche markets, a specific thing. So I'm just giving a random idea that's coming into my head. Let's work on a niche market idea or niche market word, VAT registration. So when I build a funnel where I get VAT registration leads in, so it's only VAT registration leads, people ask for that service. They ask to be helped for a VAT registration. The best lead to sales ratio that we could get on niche market leads was 30%. 30% of people that said, I'm really interested in your service. I'm really interested. I need this. Well, it will only be able to convert, well, from my experience, 30% of those sales. So it's a process of getting people from where they are to the actual sale, to the actual cash. So two ideas. You've got the long-term approach that I definitely would advise, and I run you through it now, and also short-term approach that would be long-term would be building the brand of the company. Short-term approach, I need sales right now as well. So it's kind of, it works together. But the long-term approach is adding value and not just making marketing banners. You see so many, I mean, and again, I'm just going to use accounting as an example because that's also in my field and field of expertise as well. You see accountants have these banners. This is us. We do annual financial statements. We do VAT registration. We do whatever. You don't add any value by doing that. Why must any person, how do you differentiate yourself from being the accountant just around the corner as well? Seth Godin, I really love Seth Godin's books, but one of his books is The Purple Cow. And the whole idea of the purple cow is when I'm staying here in Wellington, and so obviously we have a lot of farms around us. And when you drove through a farming area, and the very first farm, they've got a number of cattle next to the road, You might stop and say, well, this is amazing cows, and wow, and look at these cows. And by the second, third farm, you're bored about the same, seeing the same kind of cattle every time. So then you start driving past all the various cattle, all the various farms. But all of a sudden, there's a purple cow standing on this farm, and you immediately turn your head and look at this purple cow. You will stop. You potentially take a photo to send to somebody to show them this purple cow. So why is it important? Because it's exactly the same in your business. Why would you attract any person from the crowd if you are vanilla? If you only put out vanilla content that's exactly the same as the next person, as the next accountant, why are you different from the other accountant? It's your approach. I'm starting selling or telling my story to the world. My story is different from the accountant next door story, and you might resonate with me, and somebody else might resonate with the accountant next door. But that's both amazing because we live in an abundant world. There's place for everybody, and that's the amazing thing about this universe. There's enough for all of us. I don't have to be jealous or nasty or whatever the word is what you might think of right now about the person around the corner. You can be absolutely, you are born in abundance, into abundance. Start living that. Start living your truth. Be your purple cow. Because God doesn't create extras. There's only one of you. Start living that truth. Don't try to be a copycat. Be authentically yourself. And one of my clients, it was actually a mentor for me as well during that stage, many years ago. He always told me, don't chase after clients. Let them chase you. The moment you chase a client, you can't negotiate price. The moment a client or person chases you, need your attention, you can set the price. So find ways to attract over chase. Very important point. And the second idea is building brand over marketing. It's exactly the same idea. You need to build your brand based on your story. Why are you unique as an accountant? Why are you unique in whatever else you are doing? Doesn't matter what you are doing. You are amazingly authentic, unique. You are created like that. Start living that truth. The quicker you start living that truth, the quicker you will see abundance and magic start appearing in front of your eyes. And then just lastly, on long-term approach, always looking at ways to create solutions to problems. The biggest way to build wealth is finding solutions to problems. I'm living in South Africa. If you're watching from overseas, we are probably a third world country if you want to look at us like that. But there was never so much opportunity in South Africa as right now. There's so many problems that you can find solutions for that you will probably don't have enough time to solve all the problems in this world. So start opening your eyes about, you can look at the news and only see the problems and you get depressed, or you can spot each and every problem and your mind can automatically think there's a solution to that. Just keep on living your truth. Be aligned with your own purpose. So don't get distracted with all the opportunities. Be very narrow and focus on your purpose. And then I love the saying, and it's so true. When you win, I win. It's never it's not me win, me win, me win. If I only chose money, that's all I would see is me win, me win, me win. But when I win, you will win. And more importantly, when you win, I will win. So I always live that truth is How can I create? How can I let you win? Because if you win, I will win as well. If I save you money, obviously I will win during that process. So that is your long-term approach, building brand, building during the process of building brand, you attract new people to you, and you influence the people around you, and you also attract and getting word of mouth from the current client base. Short-term approach, I think most people potentially at least heard about lead generation and digital marketing. It can be two different things, or it can be exactly the same. Digital marketing would be getting leads on a specific niche from Facebook, Instagram, the new trend, TikTok, and also, so there obviously with that digital marketing, you will very target a very niche market, a very specific person to buy from you. And lead generation is can be exactly the same. It can just be more kind of a sales funnel that you work. I like websites, so it's niche market websites on the one side, because content I create today will stand potentially the test of time. So it's something I create today, but something I can get leads 10 years from now based on the content that I've created today. And the same with something like YouTube. It allows you to create video content as well, something that's more likely to be watched and seen, and content being used by the public and potential clients out there. It's again, YouTube is a constant drive. It's a constant, like a website. So you create content today, and I can get sales from this content 5 to 10 years from here. So what's the best way to do that is through your website and through your YouTube, create funnels of lead magnets. Create lead magnets that people, that you give somebody something for free. Again, add value first. I give you something. When you win, I win. When I give you something, I get an email or contact details in return, and I can start obviously sending you some information about us. I can send you some more information, more value add, and also when I have something to potentially sell, you can be the first one to know that as well, and I can obviously be in touch with you. So yeah, just very short on that. I think that's very important to look into. And then so now, once we've mastered the marketing and sales part, and we actually get some cash into the business, now we need to start making sure that we allocate these cash that we get properly. And also, obviously, it's easier said than done, because there's all various kinds of variables in this. But I always mention there's 4 items that you really need to have your eye on a weekly basis, potentially a daily basis. You need to have live figures on this, and there's your cash balance, or your various cash balances, your accounts receivable, your accounts payable, and if you work with inventory, your inventory or your stock, that management. So how do I do that? Well, I'm an ambassador for Sage Accounting, so obviously that would be my first accounting package that I would suggest. But there's Sage Accounting, there's Zero Accounting, there's QuickBooks, there's Palladium, and a number of other ones as well. So you get the old school on my desktop version, where I need potentially a server and everything, and then I have the modern way of cloud accounting. So my server is actually in the cloud. So the great thing about that is I can work from any place, from anywhere, as long as I have internet connection. So I can log into my system in the cloud, and that same system, which is on the cloud, my accountant, I can invite my accountant as well, and he can work on it as well. If I have more people that need to work on this, I can add a few people, and they can all work from the cloud, from their own laptops. They can just work on there. So, and this new, and excuse me for saying this, but it's the best way to get this over to you is all these modern accounting packages that we can use. It's accounting for dummies. It's accountant. Those programs have specifically been written with the entrepreneur in mind, with a small business owner in mind. So just to give you a quick example, typically in accounting we would have debit and credit. In this modern accounting systems, you have increase and decrease. So for you understand the concept of increase and decrease a lot better than trying to figure out what is a debit and a credit. So it's been written for you to make your life easier and obviously do the administration a lot quicker. So you can, for most part, on this new accounting programs, you can automate the process of being able to get figures very quickly. You can do something like recurring invoices, which go out on a specific date every month automatically. You don't have to even touch anything. You can lie in your bed and it will go off automatically. You can pull in your bank statements on various ways. The old school, you can still do the old school. If it's really something that you want to do, you can capture everything via hand. The second option is on the internet banking, you can download a specific function. They call it the OFX function. That bank statement then gets pulled into your accounting system and it's automatically already there. So you just need to allocate and map those specific expenses. The great thing about that is once you've mapped Telkom as telephone account or Vodacom as your telephone account and confirm that it is back on that transaction, you can actually create a rule, a mapping rule to say, every time I pay Vodacom or Telkom, that must be allocated to telephone and they must be VAT on. So every time going forward, once I've done that, the system will automatically throw new transactions to that specific account. So once I get through this process, for the first month or two, you'll start to create rules. From month 3 onwards, you will potentially pull in the bank statement and everything would be allocated very closely. And the same with obviously with debtors. If somebody pays me on a weekly or monthly basis or regular basis, I can allocate that specific client to that customer code account. And every time it comes in, it will automatically send to that. So I can very quickly pull in bank statements and send my data statements off to my clients on a regular basis. Right, now that I've bored you with all the accounting ideas, the last thing that I would just suggest as well, and I'm not going to go into depth with that right now, but I have a strong debtors management. So like I mentioned before, when you send out an invoice, you haven't really done a sale as yet because there's no effect until the actual cash is in your bank. So the only effect is my assets as a debtor increase, my sales and my as a book entry on my books increase, but my cash balance didn't increase. So there's no cash in the bank yet. So there's no guarantee that I will actually get the money to do anything with that. So strong debtors management, very important. I've done a video previously as well. That's something we can look into again in the future. I appreciate your time and your energy that you gave me today. I want to give you and send you my latest ebook, Business Growth Kit for Entrepreneurs, the financial edition, which is a lot of the things I've covered today is also more in detail in that ebook. I really want to send that to you. So reach out, send me an email to that email address, send me a WhatsApp to the number, and I will be in contact with you, and I will send you that ebook absolutely for free, just because you took the time today. It's generally on sale, but I will send it to you for free for your time and energy today.
This clip that you just watched was a part of the financial workshop I recently done for entrepreneurs. So if you want to watch the full workshop, go to this video there, right in the corner there, and you can watch the full workshop there, and there's some added bonuses there for you as well, absolutely free.